Ubisoft has not had the best of years. They've really doubled down on NFTs, which it seems like everybody universally dislikes for the most part, at least the way Ubisoft are doing them. And now so many people have left Ubisoft that, according to Kotaku, they're calling it the Great Exodus. Let's talk about what's going on at Kotaku, why this is happening, or what's going on at Ubisoft, why this is happening, and why so many people are leaving. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell to know when things go live. Thank you so much for watching. So let's get right into this. I think I'm just going to play the Assassin's Creed trailer so we can all remember that Ubisoft does make games that we like. But unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff that has happened at Ubisoft that people are not happy about, especially in the last year. People are so unhappy, actually, that 12% of their workforce have quit. And according to the piece from Kotaku, that amounts to the second highest turnover this year, only being defeated by Activision, which lost 16% of their workforce due to the rampant allegations happening at Activision. So some of the reasons listed include the situation in Montreal, where there's honestly a lot of competition. So we're going to go over some of the stuff that actually sort of explains why this is happening. And I think the real reason we all know why this has happened. So in Montreal, there's a lot of great startups. There's a lot of businesses there that you can simply jump off to. And if you're at Ubisoft and you're unhappy, there are plenty of other options for you to jump to. So if you were to get an offer that's probably for a competitive wage and you're able to make that jump, why not? Why stay at Ubisoft? Why wouldn't you just go? So that's part of the reason. Another part of that, to combat that, Ubisoft said, okay, you know what? We're going to start giving out a bunch of raises. But then all the other studios said, hey, you know what? We kind of get paid badly too. Are you going to give out raises to us also? So now there's like this internal turmoil where, sure, the Canadian employees are probably a little bit happier. In Montreal, there's a competitive wage going on there. But the rest of the world is sort of still dealing with the fact that they are getting snubbed, so to speak. So now you have that compiling the situation. The most recent example, it's something that we've talked about a lot, has just been well, for me personally, it's been largely the tone deaf type of announcements that we have seen from Ubisoft, where they just, they'll announce that Sam Fisher has come to another thing. And it was only recent that they finally announced that, yes, a proper remake of the original Splinter Cell games is in the works, something that people actually are largely positive about. One of the big negative backlashes, though, is the fact that they've been looking into NFTs and adding them to their games, something that they've doubled down on, saying that they're basically just getting started. And it's been met with universal backlash from people that don't necessarily like NFTs, and even cryptology and blockchain enthusiasts don't seem particularly into how Ubisoft is handling NFTs. Ghost Recon, for example, had added NFTs, and it would seem a handful of buyers and sellers have spent a whopping $300, and they're basically sort of just passing the same NFTs back and forth. So it hasn't been largely successful, at least in Ghost Recon's case. To be fair, I don't think a lot of people are playing Ghost Recon these days anyway. And then when you compile all this and you start looking at the Axios article, the whole NFT thing has affected their reputation so negatively that the company's reputation was too much to bear. It's legitimately embarrassing. And that was their reason for leaving the company, basically. But I mean, all that said, I feel like we're forgetting something else that's happened at Ubisoft recently. Like why? Oh yeah, the rampant abuse allegations that have been just coming out of the woodwork for the last year about Ubisoft. I think that might also have a small part of might be a small part of the reasoning why people are leaving Ubisoft at very, very high turnover rates. And remember, Kotaku is saying that employees are calling this the Great Exodus. And if you read it, Ubisoft employees have left the company, that those remaining have begun to call it the Great Exodus and the cut artery. So basically you start compiling all of this stuff and you start to realize that, yeah, there's some problems at Ubisoft that honestly, I don't think most people feel like they have fully dealt with. Yes, they had like the large cleaning house this summer, but there's still stuff going on. And it does seem, I believe there's some people allegedly still employed who might be problematic at the company. I don't know. I haven't read too much about it, but I know enough that I understand why people would want to leave the company. So the rampant abuse allegations are definitely a reason people would leave. And what do these include? Okay, they include racist remarks, sexual harassment allegations, and an overall toxic work environment. HR, who a lot of this was reported to, has largely done nothing. So that's basically what employees at Ubisoft have been dealing with for the last year. And we've all seen the news reports. We've all seen how Ubisoft had all these allegations come out in the summer of, I believe it was last year, or maybe even as recent as this year. And then they had a lot of layoffs. They had some restructuring. We know they lost basically, Jade Raymond, who went, and now I believe she made a company that is owned by Sony now. So she's over there making her own studio at Sony. There's all of this bad stuff happening at Ubisoft that doesn't seem like a wonderful place to work at. HR's not doing anything. There's still people, I believe, employed who are, cited as being problematic, which is making people uncomfortable. And that's what's leading to this 12% Ubisoft workforce exodus. Like, that's why so many people are gone. But on a happier note, Epic Games is giving away Loop Hero. So Merry Christmas, everybody. I don't mean to make light of the situation at Ubisoft. The whole Ubisoft thing is just a big mess. I honestly don't even recognize Ubisoft anymore. I don't know what they're doing with this whole NFT thing. I don't understand what they're doing with their classic franchises, with Splinter Cell. Hopefully this new one ends up working out. People still seem to love the Assassin's Creed games, so that's what's going on. But Ubisoft has been sort of strange to me for the last 3 or 4 years as they do all these sort of open world MMO, not MMO, but massively multiplayer games. I can't remember the name of it, but there's the one where you can do all the tricks or whatever down there and get points. So who knows if they're going to come back from this, but yeah, pick up Loop Hero on Epic Games. I'm going to go do it right after this video. That's what's going on anyway. I do hope you're having a good holiday, though. I know it's not a super fun video. Yeah, so if you like my videos, though, where I tell you what's going on, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell to know when they go live. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed this far. Thank you so much to the members. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a good holiday. If you want to become a member, click that join button right down there. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.